Hey guys, welcome back to the next video. In this video, we are going to talk about the layered image, and then we are going to do hands-on on layered image. What is a layered image? A layered image is basically one of the features of using Docker. It is one of the main advantage of using Docker in terms of layering your images. The layer goes from bottom to top, so I'm just going to discuss first thing about the base layer. So this is where you have the Docker file in which, or Docker Compose in another example. So we will be using from, where, what you're going to use. So here that you can define two types of files over here. One type of file is going to be about, you mention about an operating system, just the kernel of your operating system. Or you can mention about the third point, which I told you about, right? The second point is where you build from an operating system to your requirement for your version of HTTP server, which you want to install. So that is one option. Another option is to have already installed HTTP version. So it will have the base operating system, the Java, and the Tomcat. It could be any version of Tomcat. So you have to be flexible in terms of versioning over here, or it could be just their base operating system, whichever they prefer, like Ubuntu or CentOS. And then on top of that, you will have Apache extension service, because for that you need to run Apache. And then on top of that, the Apache HTTP version, whichever is available in the Docker image. So these are the three important things which gets built already pre-built over here as an image. So you install that, and you install your content over here. Like for example, your WAR file, which you need to deploy. So that WAR file you will be deploying. And then while executing this particular image, while running that image, you will be setting the port number over here. So when you're running it. So that's one option. That's the third option we spoke about. The second option is basically building your operating system. First, you will say, I need CentOS 9 version, for example. And then on top of that, you will install the APR libraries and other utilities for APR to support your HTTP instance. And then you install your version of HTTP, Apache HTTP, by using yum, after updating all the binaries of yum. And then you will install the latest version of Apache HTTP server, and then you will configure that with the configuration file over here. And then after that, you will send the content over here. So likewise, you will create multiple layers. So every time you create a layer, every time you execute, every time you go for a particular line of work, right, for it to run, it creates a layer. Very simple. So it creates a layer over here, layer, 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 layer. So it's going to have layers layer after layer. So what happens is, like, every time it creates a layer, right, it leaves that layer as read-only. There is no writing option on this layer. There is nothing you can write. So if you want to write, you have to write on top of this layer with creating a new layer. Okay, this is how Docker is so unique in terms of handling the layer-based file system. Okay, so Docker uses something called union file system, which helps it to build this kind of a layer file system. So for example, in this example, what I've done is, like, I've shown you the different layers over here. So when you do a Docker image over here, so a Docker build of an image, right? So firstly, we will start our deployment with one line of code where we will ask it to download one image. So you will see that we will install the base image. Now I will add that file with one more extra word, as in to install or copy the yum binaries or yum repositories to that one. So you will see that for first action item, you will see that there will be one file copied. So you can use the star repo and copy it. So you can use one command in, you can use multi-command in one single run command. So it will create one image and it will do both the actions. So it will add two files. Okay. Now what I will do is, like, I will keep adding that and executing it. So what happens is that I will get the first image. Okay. First image will be created using this one particular thing. Okay. And the second image will be built using these two items. And the third image will be built with this two items. So I'll be executing the build command 3 times with different image names. So you will see that I will be creating images over images over images. So I will have created 3 images, and these 3 images will have different content. So you will see that I'm incrementally increasing the complications in terms of my images. Okay. And here we will be unzipping few files. Here we will be copying few files, and you will see that the unzip which I've done over here will all be replaced by this one. Okay, because when you make a change, for example, here the version one, the file one is added over here in this layer. Here the file one is updated with version 2. Okay, with some information, extra information. So what happens? This file will not go over there, because we are adding a new file, but this one gets copied because we are not doing anything with this file. Okay, so but the option needs to be existing there, so it should be there as it is. If you change it, then this file only will be done and this file will be gone. Okay, so obviously the file should have all the parameters, but then if you're adding an update over here, it should be coming in as the last line. Okay, that's how the images are created. So we will look at all these options in terms of hands-on, and I'll try to make you understand about all these options while building the images. So in the next video, we will see both these activities, and maybe in a couple of videos, we will see both activities, and I'll make you understand on these 2 activities of adding file systems on layer by layer. Thanks again for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one.